The Voice of Converting, the podcast for converting pros. Hello and welcome to another episode of The Voice of Converting. Today we are talking about ICE Europe, the leading trade show for the converting industry. And with me are two guests. One of them is Charlotte Leitner. Hello, Charlotte.
Hello.
And Rebecca Moorcroft. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
So, first of all, for those who do not know you yet, maybe you can start out by shortly introducing yourselves and your roles at ICE Europe and RX, the company behind the show.
Yes, sure. I would start. I am, Charlotte Leitner, the event lead of ICE Europe. I have been with RX for 7 years now. So I started as an apprentice, attended the aluminium trade fair in Düsseldorf over the years. And 1 year ago, I took over ICE Europe from Patrick Herman. So I've had a year to get to know the industry now. And I must say, I feel very much at home here.
Yes, I'm Rebecca. I am the product marketing manager at RX Global. So I lead the marketing strategy for ICE. My role is really about connecting the dots between the industry needs and how the event evolves. So making sure we are attracting the right people, creating real commercial value for exhibitors, and trying to reflect where the market is heading. I've been with RX now for just over a year. So I was at the last ICE show in 2025, where I just joined. So I was there soaking up the atmosphere. And I've been spending all of this time getting to know the industry.
And recently, we had you in an interview in our print magazine, and one of the key phrases that I remember from that interview was you called ICE Europe more than a trade show. It's an innovation community. Maybe you can describe to our listeners what this vision looks like in practice, especially in the time frame between the live events.
Yes, so that came sort of from my experience. As I said, I just joined the company when ICE Europe 2025 happened, and I was at the show. I was completely fresh to show. I didn't really know what to expect. And what really stood out to me was the sense of community. So as I was learning about converting, I sort of noticed it was a very technical industry, but there was a lot of openness between both exhibitors and visitors. Yes, they're rival companies, but there was a willingness to be open, to talk, very friendly. That really took me by surprise. While we want to develop the show, we want to keep that community feel and keep the momentum going between the shows. It happens every 2 years. So we want to keep that community feeling alive across those 2 years.
Yeah, what that really means for us is that ICE Europe shouldn't just exist for 3 days every 2 years. It should be continuously connecting and supporting the industry. It's about staying in a constant dialogue with the industry, and not just meeting every 2 years. And we are regularly speaking with our exhibitors and visitors, really trying to understand how their businesses are evolving, what challenges they are facing, and where they see their opportunities. And we're not just having these online conversations with customers. We will also be traveling around Germany over the next few weeks to visit some customers at their workplaces, to get to know each other even better, and to understand what is driving them at the moment. I'm really looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to be in Italy in June with Charlie as well. So talking to visiting some of our Italian exhibitors, sort of an ICE roadshow almost. And we take that feedback really seriously. We put it all into the thoughts of how we develop ICE, what we do around marketing, and visiting the exhibitors in their offices. I find that you develop better relationships. The conversations evolve, and you find out really what matters to the community.
So you're listening. This year is your big topic, listening to the people, getting to know everybody who's involved. Maybe you can also talk about your previous experience in doing that. What are some of the most surprising insights that you've gathered so far from exhibitors, visitors, and partners?
I think for me, one of the most interesting insights has been about the growing importance of the raw materials. I always sort of thought of ice as being around the big machinery, but the topic has come up in many conversations with exhibitors and visitors about making sure that the raw materials are represented at ice.
Yeah, raw materials have always been a part of ICE Europe, but they have not really had a dedicated spotlight in the same way as machinery and technology did. And through our research in the last year, we saw an opportunity to bring that topic more to the forefront by creating a Raw Materials Pavilion and a dedicated showcase area. And what is important to say is that, of course, we didn't just take that idea and run with it. We spoke to exhibitors and visitors here as well to also make sure it truly reflect their business.
Yeah, and the feedback's been really positive so far because raw materials has been so important to visitors.
Yeah. Partnerships are another topic that is equally important to you and also to us, obviously. So we are excited to be collaborating with the ICE Europe team this year, ProFlex Convert, M2N Media. And maybe from your perspective, how do you see media partners like us contributing to the evolution of ICE Europe as a year-round platform?
Yeah, partnerships are the key to how we keep ICE Europe relevant and close to the industry. It's not just about extending reach. They are about co-creating something with the industry. And media partners like you bring that day-to-day connection and insight that we simply cannot have on our own. And I think what is really exciting is how that allows us to build something that feels much more continuous and connected rather than just centered around the event or show itself.
For me, I guess it's really exciting, particularly with our partnership with ProFlexVert, is that we're not just working together in a traditional sense of media partnerships. We're actually working together to create something new for the next edition. So, I'm pleased to say that you're going to be our official awards partner. We're going to be working together to elevate the ICE Awards, give them more visibility and reach across the industry, and update the way that we present them. But also, we're excited to work on a new concept together, the ICE Cube, which is going to be a new format for 2027. So we've moved away from the traditional conference, and instead we're designing the ICE Cube to bring conversations and interviews and discussions directly onto the show floor. So it's more open, more interactive. It's a combination of strengthening what we already do well and introducing new formats. I'm really quite excited about the ICE Cube.
So this is actually the first time that this is public information now, because so far all this has been only internal discussion between us. So excited to make this public for the converting community out there, for the ICE Europe community. The ICE Awards, maybe let's talk about this a bit more. So from my own experience, I know that when we visit companies and in the past they have won one or several ICE Awards, we always see these awards standing in a very visible spot, maybe even in the entrance or in the office of the managing director or even in a showcase area. So people are really, really proud of this, and it has I think it has gathered a lot of momentum in the past, and it has become a very important award. From your perspective, what role do awards and recognition formats play in strengthening innovation and visibility within the converting industry?
Yeah, so I'd say that the awards really give visibility to work that is happening across the industry, because a lot of it is quite technical and it's not always widely seen. So we are focusing on recognizing the right areas. We're we're going to be taking a little bit of a step back for these awards and looking at where there may be parts of the industry that haven't been as highlighted as they have before. And we want to bring those to the spotlight for 2027.
Yeah, because all the important developments are really coming from our exhibitors in terms of new materials, different applications, and a growing focus on sustainability. It is important that the awards reflect what they are actually showcasing. So it's not just about recognition, it's about making sure showing a complete picture of what's happening across the industry.
The second topic you already mentioned, Rebecca, is the Ice Cube, which is a brand new format, which we're very excited about. And in this Ice Cube, there will be the presentation of the ICE Awards, but there will also be the new live talks at ICE Europe, which is like a hybrid format of a podcast like this one, but also video content. And of course, the benefit of having an immediate trade show environment where people can interact with the speakers and the hosts. So it's not all set in stone yet. So we are still figuring out the details, but real-time conversations at the show floor. I think it's a very exciting format. What do you think? How important can such a content format be to engage the converting community?
Yeah, so first of all, we are also really excited about the Ice Cube because it's quite a different direction for the show. It actually came directly from the post-show feedback. We heard quite clearly that the traditional conference format was not necessarily delivering the kind of value or our community was looking for. So we started to rethink what they could look like. And that is where formats like the Ice Cube and live talks come in. They allow for something much more open and conversational.
Definitely. I think formats like podcasts and the live discussions make the industry feel more accessible and more human. So, we can explore ideas in depth, bring different perspectives, moving away from the being presented to or presented at feeling, and instead have more real discussions. And this is what we really want to try and create more of, a space on the show floor where those conversations can happen more naturally rather than everything being structured and timed. It's something that we're really looking forward to developing more.
Yes, indeed. It's the same from our perspective. So really excited about seeing it come to life and sharing the ideas and getting involved in that format. So ICE overall is a show with a very strong technical focus, and it's usually very much seller-buyer focused. On the other hand, the industrial landscape is evolving. It's also a new age group that is now entering the C-level of many companies, and they have different values, different perspectives compared to the old guard, so to say. While maintaining that strong technical focus, you also have to reflect new topics like sustainability, flexible electronics, or even batteries. How do you do that, or how do you aim to do that without diluting the core identity? That, I guess, is your biggest challenge as organizers.
Yes, that's a good question. But let me frame it like that. For us, it is not about moving away from our technical core. It is about expanding it in a way that reflects where the industry is going. ICE Europe has always been about converting technologies, and that remains at the heart of the event. But at the same time, as you said, Martin, topics like sustainability, flexible electronics, and battery technologies are not separate from that core. They are all areas where converting technologies play an important role. So rather than undermining the identity of ICE Europe, these topics actually strengthen it by showing how diverse and forward-looking the industry is. And this is where we clearly see a balance. We remain focused on the technical expertise for which the ICE is known, while ensuring that we reflect the developments and opportunities that are also important to the market.
Community, that's what ICE Europe is all about. That's also what we are all about. What makes the ICE Europe community unique, and how do you plan to preserve and strengthen that spirit?
Yeah, so as I've already mentioned, it's a highly specialized industry, but there is that strong willingness to share knowledge, solve problems, drive innovation collectively. When one company wins, I think lots of other companies win. So I know you really feel that, especially when you're walking around the show floor and see exhibitors talking to each other. So that creates a very distinct atmosphere at the event, something that I haven't necessarily witnessed at other events before. So, I used to work in IT, and that's not something I felt on those exhibition floors when I was the exhibitor.
IT guys are not very chatty.
No. So it's preserving that community while continuing to grow the event. That's the question that keeps me up at night. That's really the one that weighs heavily on me. I am new to the converting industry, and I don't want to come in like a bull in a china shop and ruin things. So this is really why we are staying close to the community. We are letting their feedback, their conversations lead us. We are trying to stick close to what matters. So when we're sort of shaping new ideas, we had so many new ideas for ICE 2027. We are not executing all of them. We have cherry picked the ones that we think will make the biggest impact first. And then we've got more to evolve as those conversations that we have continue. So we will continue to grow more ideas for 2029, for example. And we want to make sure that it continues to feel relevant and valuable to new audiences and our long-standing participants. So our loyal exhibitors and visitors that keep coming back. We want our growth to sort of feel like a natural extension of the community, so not a shift away from it, which is why we, thinking about sort of mentioning moving more into RFID converting and battery converting, and how we're now bringing in making more of a look at the raw materials. We've got a Raw Materials Pavilion and Showcase for 2027 that we're really excited about. So all these little bits are small changes that come from real conversations, just a bit at a time.
I guess I can speak for both of us that we are really happy to be a part of the community now, and working close with everyone together now.
And for my part, I can say I don't claim that it is everything, but what I've seen from your concepts, I can already tell the community that there will be new elements that even long-term regular visitors of ICE Europe have never seen before. And that's another reason to come, besides all of the other reasons why it's worth coming to ICE Europe. I guess it's not even a question that the usual ICE visitors are going to visit next year, but there will be some new things that will be exciting for everyone, and we are really looking forward to accompanying that process and accompanying your work, Charlotte and Rebecca, which is also very fun to do. And stay tuned for more information on the ICE Cube. Stay also tuned for more information about the process of the ICE Awards when we can announce the opening of the candidacy phase, and then further on the voting phase and all of that. So we are also working on new elements in the background. And maybe to sum up this discussion, maybe you can give us your own personal statement why the next ICE Europe will be a very good next edition, or the best edition yet.
Yeah, I mean, I can only agree with what you said, Martin, that we have many new topics, many new feature areas, and many good ideas we implement for next edition. So it's really exciting to see where the show will change a bit, but where we implement, all the feedback we got from the community. So I think that everyone will see some changes, some exciting changes. I mean, we can't tell details yet, but in the next month we will obviously tell everyone what's new. And I can only agree that everyone can be excited for next edition, and I am really looking forward to it.
There is so much hard work going on in the background. which exhibitors and visitors won't see. There's a lot of thought. We are not plucking random ideas out of the air. We're really getting integrated into the industry, and there's a lot of love and respect for ICE Europe. We at RX, it sits in our industrial portfolio. Just in our industrial portfolio, there is a lot of love for ICE. I don't work siloed. I work with other product marketing managers, and we're all sharing information about our events. So yeah, just so much hard work to really make sure that everyone really feels the value of attending ICE.
All right. So thank you very much for these insights. ICE Europe next March in Munich. And we will accompany the entire lead up to the event in our media. And you will get a lot of new information about what's going to happen at ICE Europe 2027. So thank you very much, Charlie and Rebecca. And I guess we will see the two of you again in our media very soon as well.
Yes, thank you for having us, Martin.
Yes, thank you.
The Voice of Converting podcast is a product of M2N Media. To learn more, check out our website proflexconvert.com.